What's up, gaming heroes? Welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. I'm so glad that you are here to get involved in the Mecha Mogul Mk2. This is one of my most profitable gold making strategies that I've been using across all my various realms. To be clear, I've got one character that basically farmed up the recipe, farms up the materials, and then crafts for all my various realms, which I trade the mount to. Then I just sell it. Really simply. Now, you have to bear in mind with the Mecha Mogul Mk2 that your crafting costs are 30,000 gold and 30 minutes. That sounds like a really confusing thing, right? Well, this is why. 30,000 gold is the base material cost from a vendor, just to get the reagents you need in order to craft the mount. Then you need half an hour in order to get all the materials that you need, which are all soul-bound materials that aren't sold in the auction house. You actually have to farm them up. These materials on a whole are a bit of a blag to come across, but don't worry, in this video, I'm going to explain it all. First is first, let's dive into the video. Remember to check out gaminghero.io. Now, for many of you that are watching this, you've been watching my content for quite some time, and I don't tend to release these types of videos to the public. I like to keep them private on Gaming Hero because, well, that's the way my content is built. So, this is the dealio. I actually made this character a twink speed set. So basically, all my gear has speed on it to make me faster so that I could just be like really, really ridiculously fast, right? Makes sense, obviously. Now, here's the situation. A lot of people have asked over the time, why is it your rogue that has a speed set? Well, I haven't been able to tell you for such a long time because I've been using this gold farm. Having my character which has engineering as a speed set makes this farm so awesome. It means I only need 20 to 30 minutes per craft of a Mecha Mogul Mk2. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I get this recipe? Now, is the Mecha Mogul Mk2 profitable? Well, on my realm, which is a super high pop realm, it's full. It is 54,000 gold. On the average realm I sell it for between 70 and 150,000. That is the average cost that I sell it. I never sell it on the realm that I actually operate on. I always sell it across all my other realms. So whenever I'm feeling bored or want to watch some Netflix, I put on some Netflix or something like that, and then I just farm Mecha Mogul. And I'm going to show you how to do this all in this video. First step is, this is the key step. It's so important. You need to get your BFA engineering to maximum. Why? Well, the pattern for the Mecha Mogul won't even drop unless you have your maximum skill level in BFA. Is this cheap? No, it's not cheap. It is super expensive to get your BFA engineering all the way up to maximum. I can't tell you an exact price because, you know, prices fluctuate and they change day to day. So what I would advise is you just go to Google, you type in WoW BFA engineering, and it will come up with some type of guide, which I'll make sure is linked in the actual guide if you're reading this on Gaming Hero. And very simply, go ahead and buy all the materials it tells you to buy. So it wants me to buy all this, and then go ahead and learn everything all the way up to maximum level. It might take you a couple days to do this, but it is what it is. Now, in terms of Expulsum here, Expulsum's not easy to get. It's really quite difficult. Why? Well, Expulsum is a bind on pickup piece of a basically reagent, and you get this by breaking down like blue or epic gear, even greens, but with greens there's a much lower chance. So here's some ways that you can get Expulsum, because this is really what's going to hold you back when you're leveling this up, and you're going to need Expulsum for crafting this mount. To get Expulsum, you should have a tailoring character, or maybe one of your alts is a tailoring character in BFA, and you would make Tide Spray Linen gloves. And these Tide Spray Linen gloves are super cheap, super easy to make. They cost like probably 10 silver per craft. It's nothing really. Make like 300 of these and then send them over to your engineering character. When you've sent them over to your engineering character, come over to the scrap right here. Make sure you download an add-on called Scrap. And then go ahead and scrap everything you need to scrap in order to get the Expulsum. By putting it in here and pressing Q all, it will just scrap it, and then you'll be given Expulsum as and when. Now, I have a lot of Expulsum because I actually spent about 40,000 gold on doing this craft across all my characters. And as you can see here, I've got 1,200 Expulsum across all my various characters because I use it pretty regularly in my various crafts, and I like doing it once a year. If you do it once a year, you don't have to do it again, and it takes a long time. It took me like 2 days of crafting to do this, but at the end of the day, I don't have to worry about my expulsum crafting for a very, very, very long time. Okay, so that's how you're going to go ahead and do it. Get your engineering all the way up to maximum skill level. Then we move on to the second part of this video. Second part of this video is you need to get your Azeroth neck, which is just your Heart of Azeroth. You don't need to worry about like leveling it up all the way up to maximum or anything like that. Just do your basic quest lines. If you don't know where it starts, for Alliance, it starts just here. You're going to speak to this gentleman here, and he will basically send you over to the Chamber of Heart, which is where you will unlock the Heart of Azeroth. Now, on this character in particular, because it's an older character, I actually did the original quest line, but I still have access to doing that quest if I want to. But that's where you will start it if you're an Alliance character. If you're Horde, I'm not 100% sure where you'll start it, but it'll be on Wowhead if you aren't too sure. Now, why do we need to do this? There's a really specific reason. It's because these goggles that you have here have a special trait further along, which will increase your engineering. And you need your Heart of Azeroth to be able to access these powers. How do I access these powers? Shift and click. Now, you're probably wondering how I made these goggles. You can actually make these goggles by very simply just learning the recipe, which is a default recipe. I've learned the ones that came from Najatar. But there's like lots of different goggles that you can do in engineering to get these. So if I go and look at leather goggles right here, all of these goggles have the same trait where it can increase your engineering. It doesn't need to be abyssal. It can be quite literally anything. At the time, I didn't have any expulsum, so I was just trying to like figure out whatever I could. And I chose to go for these basically. And as you can see, when you look at these, you get the option to increase your Cold Tyrian or Zandalari engineering as you go, and there's 2 loads, so there's 30 there, there's an additional 25 there, etc, etc, and that will increase your just engineering on a whole. And as you can see now, my engineering is 175 plus 75, so all in all it's actually engineering 250. Why does that matter? Well, you need an additional load of engineering skill in order to get the pattern and in order to get a special potion. So once you've done all these steps, which are, by the way, excruciatingly difficult steps, but that's good because it means it's a barrier of entry that not many people are going to do, and it means you can make a lot of gold doing this. So once you've done that, we are going to now access Zuldazar. This is where we are going to go, Zuldazar. We need to go to Zuldazar, and when we get here, we can fly over to Motherlode. Now, this is super important. All the guides online seem to just say, oh, yeah, go into Motherlode and kill the final boss. No, that's not what you need to do. That is literally so counterintuitive, I can't express. You need to change this onto Mythic difficulty, okay? So ensure that it's on Mythic difficulty, like so. When it's on Mythic difficulty, go in and make sure you've got your goggles equipped. Make sure you have your goggles equipped. Now, I used to have a speed set helmet, but I got rid of it pure and simply for one reason. And that one reason is I kept forgetting to put my goggles on and it was annoying me too much. Right, I'm going to change into my stealth because I'm super fast when I'm stealthed. And what we're going to do is just run through ignoring all of these mobs. Now, you can kill them if you want to. It's up to you. But I'm really here for speed more than anything. So we're not too concerned about any of that shenanigans. What we're doing now is we're running as fast as possible all the way through the dungeon until we get to that section over here, and that is the really important section. This is why I don't want you to kill the final boss. I want you to actually just get to this final section before you kill the final boss. So just follow my instructions and this will go really, really blooming smoothly, okay? It'll go super smooth and you'll be really, really happy. So just trust me on that. We can skip all these bosses because I'm a rogue. Now, if you're a class that can't stealth, you might have to kill a few things here and there, but I like being a rogue because it just makes things like cleaner and easier to do. Okay, at this point, this is super important. Make sure you have your goggles equipped. Make sure you've leveled up your Heart of Azeroth so you can get all the extra 75. So we're at like 250 engineering, right? It doesn't have to be 250, but it needs to be increased. You need to have basically unlock the powers within these goggles. That's the main thing, right? That's it. That's all I care about. Get that extra engineering there. Once you've got that, great. Your engineering is now a higher level. You need to go ahead and kill these Venture Co. masterminds. All of them. There's like 5. 1, 2, 3, and there's a fourth. There's a fifth over there. Okay, you need to kill all 5. This is because they have a chance of dropping a potion. It's called Azurite Inspire Engineering Elixir. This increases your engineering by a further 25, which is super, super awesome. It can also be sold in the auction house, which is pretty good. So you can't actually get this potion unless you have your engineering all the way up and you've learnt the recipe for the goggles and you've got the goggles on. It just won't drop. So we go ahead and kill that. We might have a chance. There we go. We got another one. So you can only have 1 because these are unique. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the current one I've got on and then just loot that. Okay, so I'm going to use that and then I'm going to loot that. Now you can only have 1. So if you want to put it in a guild bank, you could try and put it in the guild bank. If you want to mail it to another character, you could do that. Whatever you want to do. Now we're going to rush ahead to the final boss now with this potion on. If you kill these big mecha suits, they will actually drop materials that you will use for the Mecha Mogul Mk2 craft. But it's up to you. Right now I'm just rushing towards this final boss. There's a trick to killing this final boss, so just listen to me with this trick, okay? Okay, stop attacking now. At 70%, you can go below if you want to, but just stop attacking at 70%. I like to stop at 70%. It's kind of the number that works for me. Okay, Gatling gun starts. The second Gatling gun ability starts. Just kill him. Just kill him the second that Gatling gun ability and he's dead. Second he's dead, boom. If you DPS him down too quickly, he has an immune mechanic and it just delays the boss fight for ages and ages. There's no point. Alright, now we've got our engineering potion on. We've got our engineering skill all the way up to maximum. Let's go ahead and loot. Now you're not guaranteed a chance of getting this recipe, but what you are is guaranteed a lot higher chance of getting this recipe than you would if you didn't have all these various things. That's how you're going to go ahead and basically get the recipe in the first place. Because it's not easy. You need to do all the steps I've just told you. If you try and kill this boss without doing those steps, I tell you now, you run a really freaking low chance of getting this recipe in the first place. Do everything I've told you to, and you will have a very high chance. This took me, the very first time, 52 weeks to get this recipe before I learned all these extra details, which drastically increased my chances. You know what happened when I changed and I got all these extra little tricks done? I got it instantly. It was so easy to get. Once my engineering skill was increased, for some reason, I just immediately got it. Now, this is the second character I found this recipe on, and this character was super easy. I got it after 2 weeks, because you can only do Mythic Final Boss once a week. I got it after 2 weeks, which is great, right? The first time, it took me nearly a year to get, because I didn't know these tricks. So sharing these tricks that I'm sharing with you is insider information, guaranteeing you the chance to get this recipe. Now, once you got the recipe, it's time to look at how we're going to craft this recipe. Okay, so I'm going to explain how you can craft this recipe really quickly, really easily. Again, I will say, use the speed set guide that we've put on Gaming Hero, because it's going to save you a lot of time, dude. All right, it's going to save you a lot of time in the grand scheme of things. All right, now I'm going to show you a trick on how to reset mythic trash when you've killed a boss. So I've killed the final boss. So technically, whenever I go into this dungeon, until this resets on Wednesday, all the trash will stay dead. But there's a trick around this. Open up pre-made groups, go to custom groups, and start a group. Then tick private and just put 1 in. It doesn't matter. No one's going to see this but you, okay? Just put 1 in. This is a private group, so it won't appear for anyone. It might appear for your friends and stuff like that, but that's not a big deal. So you just put number 1 in there. Then you go ahead, you open up Loot Appraiser if you want to, or you can just do like the manual reset. Reset all instances, or I'm just going to do it through Loot Appraiser right here and just reset instances. What this does is it resets even the bosses, even though they're on Mythic. The only difference is the Mythic bosses won't drop loot. So just bear that in mind, okay? Now, what we're going to do to get the materials for this craft is go almost to the end. Again, we're going to get the potions again, and then we're going to kill the trash. Now, this guy here, if he is killed, I'll show you an example. If this guy here is killed, he does have a chance of dropping various materials for the Mecha Mogul Mk2. So let's just kill him real quick. Now, if I use this potion as an example, right here, we can go ahead and just see nothing dropped. But we had a chance of getting materials for the mount right there. And we're going to kill this guy as well. Now, usually I skip this guy and I don't even bother killing him when I'm really farming all of these, and I go straight to the end to farm them. We'll try it again. And usually I don't use a potion on these. Now, this boss, this is one of those bosses you can kill on repeat on mythic difficulty if you want. It takes a while to actually activate the boss, which can be annoying. So it might be a better idea just to not worry about it and just go straight to the end. When I'm farming, I don't bother with this boss. I actually just go straight to the end. No messing about. I actually go to here, the VMZ. This here is where I farm all the materials for the Mecha Mogul Mk2. I skip everything else, but I'm showing you what is possible, not what I do. Alright, I'll show you in a second what I actually do and how fast it takes me. We still got 60 seconds on the potion left, so we've got plenty of time. And we're just going to quickly kill this boss here. And I'm getting my loot because it's the first time I've killed it this week. But if you reset the dungeon in the way that I did, you'll be able to kill this boss over and over again. And boom, you'll be able to get these over and over again from that boss, which is quite useful if you are really in a pinch and need those extra materials. Quickly, just want to show you this mob here and this Mecha mob here and then this Mecha mob here and here. They all drop materials for the Mecha Mogul Mk2 when you harvest them. Just bear that in mind. I don't tend to kill them. I just don't waste my time. I stick to specific mobs in this dungeon which have a higher chance of dropping this stuff. But it's up to you what you do. I just want to show you your options because at the end of the day, I'm trying to provide you the best guide possible to getting the Mecha Mogul. Okay, so we actually need another potion. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly kill a few of these until I get another potion. All right. Okay, that one's dead. Didn't drop it. Let's go again. He's dead. Didn't drop it. Again, you can get unlucky when none of them drop it. So just bear that in mind. Just because we got it the first time doesn't mean we'll get it every time. Okay, they're all dead. We didn't get it again. We're getting unlucky here. We're getting very unlucky. This is not good. I don't like getting unlucky. Unlucky again? This is what I mean. Sometimes you can get super unlucky. Luckily, there are a couple here that we can kill. Come on. Oh, we got unlucky. We don't have any potions. Now, it's not a problem. You aren't always going to have a potions when you farm, but you don't need the potions in order to get the materials. They're just ideal. Now, these are the mobs that we are going to actually be farming in order to get the materials for the Mecha Mogul Mk2. Alright, so very simply, I usually, when I'm just farming materials, I come into the dungeon, I run to this point as fast as possible, ignoring all mobs possible. I just get here, and then I kill every single red machine. Alright, that's it. Red machine, if you've got a potion, pop the potion as you're killing them, and that's it. We're just going to grab all these red machines together. Great. Get them all together nice and simply. Okay, and then come over here and we'll just wait and then we'll kill them all together. It's just nice and simple, nice and easy. Don't really need to stress yourself out too much. It's pretty easy to do. These will die fairly easy. Just go ahead, kill them all. Now, what I really like about killing these and killing the berries is the very simple thing that they drop greens that can be basically scrapped to get more expulsum. So it's like a quick and easy way of getting more expulsum to craft more mounts and things like that. Or you can just sell them to a vendor for a boatload of gold, because this is really good raw gold you get from this dungeon. It's one of the best raw gold dungeons possible. Okay, cool. Nearly dead. Okay, everything's dead now, so we'll just loot everything. Okay, we've got one green there. And now we will go ahead and scrap things. Now, this is really important. I only ever do this on Mythic. I never do it on Heroic. I never do it on Normal. I only ever on Mythic, using the strategy of have a group open, do the reset, etc, etc. This is because on Mythic difficulty, they have a higher chance of dropping the materials than they do on Normal and Heroic. Now, I try and get the potions when possible. You will have too many potions a lot. And as you can see, we're blasting these materials easy peasy all day long. And every single week, I make sure to kill this boss because it does drop certain materials that you really, really need. Now, if I killed it now, it would drop absolutely nothing. So it's completely pointless killing the boss. It will drop nothing and I can't scrap his materials. As I can't use the car now, I'm jumping. And this is because you have a higher chance of going through a secret portal that actually teleports you to the start. I've missed it, I think. Yeah, I think I missed it. If you miss the portal, it's not a big deal. You can still just jump down and survive, no problemo, to be honest. There you go. And we are going to be out of the dungeon. We're going to reset. Because we're still in the custom looking for group on private, we're going to go ahead, reset the instance, go back in. Everything is reset, including the boss, including all the trash, even though I've killed it in the past. And now we're going to run straight to the end. I'm not going to kill all those mobs that I did on the first time. I'm just going to show you what it's like blasting through, okay? Now, bear in mind, my speed is really low right now because I've already used all my speeds, just showing you the example in this video. But let's just keep going like we are doing right now. We're not worrying about this. I could re-kill this boss and loot her, but I'm not going to bother. We're just here to get to the end as fast as possible because that's the efficiency of this farm. You don't really want to be taking an hour to farm the materials when you can take 20 to 30 minutes. You know, if you've got a speed set character like mine, which has a base movement speed of 218% movement speed in stealth, then that's perfect. That's perfect. That's all you need, really. You don't need a lot. Okay, I am going to kill the potion stuff because I find that the value of those potions is high enough that it's worth me spending the minute doing it. Brilliant, we got one. That's perfect. Let's kill this one as well. Okay, perfect. We'll kill these two here. We don't need to panic too hard. No, we didn't get another. That's fine, but we got one, and that's perfect. That's all we needed, okay? So now we're just going to blast through again, pulling these red mobs here. Just before I kill them, I will use my potion, and then we will have a higher chance of basically going again. And as you can see, they've all reset instantly, even though this are mythic. Now, not many people know about this trick, so do me a favor and don't share it with people, because this is kind of exploit information. It's not against Blizzard rules, but we don't really want to be sharing this stuff because Blizzard mobs will not reset, and we don't want that. We want them to reset. Now, usually these mobs will 1 whole hour they will reset, but why wait an hour when you can just hard reset them like we do? All right, let's go ahead and use this potion. I completely forgot because I'm a noob. Now, bear in mind, I have made about 1 million goals 2 months. It is one of my best goal-making strategies right now that I am sharing with you. So I'd really appreciate if you kept on the down low, my dudes. Down low. Don't be posting questions in the public Discord. Just put it in the members chat only. And let's go ahead and get this stuff. Unlucky. Oh, good. That's lucky. Blast-fired electric servo motors are the hard ones to get. But they tend to drop off the boss really well. Fantastic. Definitely worth getting that potion every time you kill that boss as well. Okay, cool. And that's it. That's literally all you would do. You can kill the boss again if you want, but it's going to drop nothing. There's no point killing it at all. And what we're going to do here now is I am actually going to go ahead and just keep jumping because you have a chance of going through the portal here. And I know I've mentioned this. There you go. There's the portal. It worked. And there is some type of secret portal that if you go through at a certain angle, it will like reset the instance and you can go ahead and do that. So now we've got all the materials. Let's actually fly back to Borrelus Harbour to use the teleporter just here. You speak to this Daria Smithson and take us back to Borrelus, like so. Great. Now we'll just simply fly over here. We can scrap anything we want to scrap, right? So if I look here, it's probably going to allow me to queue everything I want to queue. I'm going to queue it all apart from the Island Expedition shoulders. There's nothing else here that I want to use. This belt, I haven't got it equipped. Great. The shoulders are on safety. So now I just press scrap and it's going to convert this stuff into materials for me. You can see my materials bag is filling up right now. Lovely jubbly. We did get 2 expulsum, which is awesome. We actually got 3 expulsum from that scrap in there. Now we can go ahead and do our craft. So let's just go down, all the way down. Mecha Mogul Mk2. We are missing a barely stable Azerite reactor. We are missing this. This is actually something you buy from the vendor. I completely forgot to buy it. It's not a big deal. We'll have to head back to Motherlode and quickly buy it. Now, the vendor is inside Motherlode, so do just bear that in mind. And we are going to need 30,000 gold in order to buy it, okay? Okay, so enter Motherlode and then very simply run straight ahead. And you'll see the vendor is just in this building right here. Run up to him and make sure you got 30,000 gold on you. Then if you do have 30,000 gold, go ahead and buy the barely stable Azerite reactor. Super simple, super easy. Just get it done. Once that's done, go ahead and craft the Mecha Mogul Mk2. Brilliant. You can craft it just that easy. Every time you kill the boss, if you've already got these materials in your bags, like say you can only have one of these because it's unique, it'll actually get mailed to you. So if I open my mail right now, you'll see I've got a bunch of materials in my mail from every time that I killed this boss. You see that? I've got loads of materials that get sent to me, and you can either sell these to a vendor or just leave them in your mail to expire whenever you want. It's not a big deal. Do what you want. Do what works for you. Super simple, super easy. Like that, you can craft yourself a Mecha Mogul. And once you crafted the Mecha Mogul, figure out if you want to sell it on your realm, or if you want to trade it with a friend to sell on another realm, or if you want to trade it with your second account to sell on another realm. It's up to you. But I really hope this video helped you. If it did help you, let me know in the comment section of this guide. Not on the YouTube video, because the YouTube video is on private, so only you guys of Gaming Hero will see this. I really hope this video helped you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being part of this fantastic community. And thank you so much for supporting Gaming Hero with your subscription. You are helping me and many other content creators create awesome guides for you. This is Erosium out, and I'll see you in the next video.